designation and speed, peripheral vision, trainer for Aaron Cook. Been involved with that? How long have you been working with that?
A couple of years now, alright?
Yeah. So how did that come about? How did you guys meet?
Well, it was interesting because we had some magazine articles that went in Muscle and Fitness, and as it happened, he had an article in the same Muscle and Fitness magazine.
Oh, right.
And I think it was your dad that saw it, wasn't it?
When I left the national team, my dad was looking for a strength and conditioning coach to do training alone, and obviously seeing Mick, he was up the road and training all these amazing football players and other sportsmen, and just came along for a talk. My dad came first.
Yeah.
And then I came and just loved everything, loved Mick's philosophy and training, and been there ever since. I loved it.
So what's your background? Because obviously I've worked with strength and conditioning coach stuff, but I've never seen anything like this set up before. It's totally new to me, and I've been involved with this a long time. But upon speaking to Aaron, this stuff is just amazing. And even Aaron says this, it just makes me see things in slow motion. Everyone else seems in slow motion, so it obviously works. So how did you get into all this?
Well, basically, I was training the kids. Kids were, reasonable athletes, and I was looking at how I could train them to a higher level. So I was looking up for all sorts of ideas. I've always researched. I listened to people's ideas and all the rest of it. And, it's funny because when you look at technology, all these technologies to me are based on one thing. I used to go to the Blackpool Promenade, and there was the Winter Gardens. You ever heard of the Winter Gardens in Blackpool? They used to have these machines, slot machines. Well, there's a very special one, slot machine. It's a reactor, and all it was like a red, yellow, green and blue switch. And as it lit up, one of them, you have to press it and see how we could get in a minute. And they always stood out to me because the kids loved it. I mean, nowadays they've got these hammers and these things jumping out. Have you seen them sort of thing, right? Well, that one really stood out to me, and I was doing boxing coaching. I had a boxing coach. And when we started using the focus mitts, I had the ring up. So you got 3 ropes, you got 4 pots. And what I used to do is put the pads, use the focus mitts for kicking, punching, but then I'd shout to go to, the third rope.
How long ago was this?
Oh, you're talking 30 years ago.
Because this is only quite new to the sport now. So you were doing this 30 years ago.
Absolutely, yeah. The Olympic lifting and plyometrics and all that was 30 years ago.
Right, okay.
Because I studied quite deep because I really wanted the kids to have an opportunity. My eldest now is 37.
And they play football?
Yeah, well, my eldest played for Man United's first team.
Oh, okay.
And really, as a young lad, he never got anywhere.
Right.
It weren't until he was 15 when all the work that he did, boxing, weightlifting, football, multi-training really, different sports, which give him the edge. Sometimes you can think, well, he's not a classic footballer, but he had the edge physically, and that sent signals to me. So the next son of mine, Mark, he actually really loved basketball. So I looked into basketball, how to work with basketball players, and I started him doing it because they all want to slam dunk, you see, because they're all short artists. No 7-footers like in America. So you look at ways of giving the opportunity to do like slam dunks and high jumps and all this. And the Olympic lift was perfect. So he was doing basketball first. We introduced the weightlifting, and then Michael did some weightlifting on top of what he was doing. Then Mark came in, and he started winning British titles. Our Mark. So then Stephen was the next one. There's 3 years between each one of us. So then Stephen started playing at a very young age, and he was doing football, he was doing basketball, he was doing athletics, boxing of course, the whole lot. He was a British weightlifting champion 3 years in a row, from just the basic with his teaching. He was playing football at school, not at any level either, and he ended up being asked by Man United to sign for a 5-year contract when he was 14, and he'd only been playing football for about 6 months, actually, for school teams and that. He played for about 3 months in Blackburn, and always asked him to sign.
It's like in the water at Manchester that everybody's
so the design was young kids who really wanted to learn, who worked hard. How can I use the bits of technology of the day to the best effect?